One. All right, I believe we are recording.
We're on the air. Do you remember what episode this is?
Is it 32?
32. The Wellness and Weight Loss for Women podcast, episode number 32. It is April 10th, 2020, and we are still going through this coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic. As you can see, studio is empty and hollow behind me, and the lights are turned down just a little bit, not too much, but I'm here keeping some life in the place, working in quiet here. And if you're watching on video, I'm kind of casual here. I'm sitting on one of the reception area ottomans. I've got my one leg up and I'm chilling out. Nick, where's Nikki tuning in from? Where are you?
Nikki is tuning in from her kitchen table.
Kitchen table. There you go. Everybody's, well, not everybody, but like we could say figuratively, everybody's working from home as we're recording this, not just the country, but a lot of people around the world, stay-at-home orders. And we still have, actually, because of what's going on, we have even more good stuff to bring our audience. So whoever's tuning in, whether it's as soon as this gets published on the audio or via video on the YouTube channel, got a lot of good stuff to share because there's some interesting things happening and evolving with us being in this unique situation. So before we get into it and talk about those things, Nikki, if somebody's new here, where should they go to learn about us, find out about us, and get freebies? What's the first thing they should do?
First thing, let's see, freebies.
Fitnesstraining.live.
Fitnesstraining.live. I would say that's the quickest way to get information from us directly.
Actually, we're adding even more freebies to fitnesstraining.live because of everything that's going on. We're putting a lot of free stuff out there to help people who are stuck at home and to give them our unique methods of fitness and stress reduction and flexibility and wellness and longevity. So fitnesstraining.live is a great place to start. And once you get in there, you'll be introduced to our whole world, our whole realm of stuff, whether you want to connect with us in the upcoming virtual classes that we'll be doing, turning it into an actual program. We'll have more on that in a minute. You want to join our basic membership online for a video on demand portal. You want to inquire about remote private coaching or stay in tune for when the next round of home gyms are coming out. Or if you want to stay in tune for when we'll be running our immersion experience retreats here in the local area where people will be coming from afar to meet us and be with us in person for 2.5 days of life-changing health, fitness, mindset, wellness, connection, community, camaraderie. Hopefully by the end of 2020 now, because what's happening is there's a lot of people, Nikki, you said it yourself, being forced to be secluded, stay at home and away from everybody. Even you, who likes to do that a lot of the time, are feeling the effects of non-human contact, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of people are feeling it. And in that, people are realizing how much they value the physical presence of other people. I've known this because I'm just like that. I mean, usually whenever you and I see each other, and we see each other a lot under normal circumstances, we hug each other.
Yep.
We're just, we appreciate that energy. And it's just something we need as human beings, right? So we do that. But a lot of other people who weren't aware of how much they need people are learning it now because this is a really, really unique time. So we see that there's going to be an even greater value in the immersion experience where we actually have people travel to our area here. We have one of the most amazing facilities that we're going to be hosting this at. It is over the top, awesome. And I think we're going to put even more energy now into it because of the demand and the desire to connect, be with people, interact, and have a hands-on experience of everything that can change their lives. So we'll put that aside for now. We'll talk about it more as the weeks and months progress. If you're local and you're just tuning in, which is happening now, some people are sharing this and finding this locally for the first time. You can learn more about the studio. And even though we're not in operation here, we're actually doing lots of virtual classes, online programs to keep all of our clients going, whether they're small group clients or one-on-one personal training clients. We are leveraging technology to the max, just like you see us and hear us doing now, to still help our clients, even though we can't all be together. We still all have health and wellness goals. We
Mm-hmm.
still, especially now,
More than ever. I was just
more
going to
than
say,
ever, right?
yeah.
It's becoming so apparent, not just for the physical and the internal health, but also the mental, the emotional, psychological health. We need to keep sane during this time. And so physical fitness is one of the key ways to do that. So we're leveraging this technology in order to do it. If you're local and you want to jump on board now, we could give you a taste of some free samplers. Just go to SCULPTAFIT.com, SCULPTAFIT, or come find us on Facebook. Just search SCULPTAFIT. And even if you're just kind of, testing the waters and kind of want to take a peek at what we're doing, we got plenty of freebies for you, but you got to come connect with us first. We'll get the freebies to you. You can start getting a taste of this stuff on your own, at home, with your family, your friends, your coworkers.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll know if you want to come connect with us to, get involved in a full-blown program that is a regular part of your life.
Yeah. And I was talking with a woman, and I won't share her name, but she found out about us, was looking at, gyms around her in her Google search. She saw all our videos. She's super interested. But for her personally, she says, you know what, like the live classes, the virtual stuff, I don't necessarily want that right now, but I'm looking for a place once this is all over to connect with. And I'm doing it now because I've done the research now, and I want to get in there as soon as you guys open. So really anyone, if they're ready to start now, we highly encourage it. Absolutely. Yep. Highly encourage it. But if you're local and you are interested in checking out classes, don't wait until we get the official mandate. Start now.
Right.
Get yourself on that waiting list, because that waiting list is going to be big, and we want to make sure that you have a spot once our physical location is live as well.
Absolutely. Good points. All right. So speaking of this, you and Coach Corinne have started doing live virtual classes in addition to the recorded training circuit configurations that people are following on the video on demand portal. Mm-hmm. And I invited a bunch of my remote audience and clients who are doing remote coaching with me to join some of them. And their feedback has been awesome. Like they want more. Mm-hmm. They really enjoyed it. Super helpful, even though they don't live around here, and they're also being forced to stay at home. Even in New Zealand and the Cayman Islands, I have clients there. They have to stay home. Some of their restrictions are even stricter than ours, but they're joining these classes and they're loving them. They want more. The feedback is awesome. So we're going to be doing more. We're going to find some balance as to how many we release and open up to the public, depending on how many people we have signing up. But eventually, we now will have the capabilities to turn these virtual classes, these live virtual classes, into a membership program where people can join only the live classes if that's all they want, so that there's that real-time live interaction. Like, they're online now, the coaches are online now, the other students are online around the world now, and we're all doing this together in real time.
Yeah.
So we're turning that into something. The feedback's been awesome. It's just going to get better.
Absolutely. I think one of the cool things too that we do differently in studio and now online is that with our live classes, they're so fun to teach and be a part of. Whether I've joined one of Corinne's classes or taught one myself, they're just so fun. But B, not only are we delivering a class and showing, our people what we're doing, we're actually able to look at them through their video and correct form on the spot. So it's not just like popping a DVD. It's our live classes have the added bonus of, hey, turn that foot a little different, or hey, move that hip, and something that I don't know if other studios are doing it, but it's something that I think really, really works well, even over this virtual space.
Yeah, absolutely. And clients appreciate that. Like, I saw some of their Facebook posts in my groups, and some of the messaging. And I had last night had my small group remote coaching call, the weekly coaching call with my group. And they were like, that was awesome. It was like far exceeded what I expected to experience. And the workout was just awesome. Like, when we were done, I was like, yeah, that was good. Right. And so they appreciated it big time. It's something different in their fitness menu because they value the lifestyle and the benefits. And now one of them said, I feel like I have something else to add in that's keeping me on track and that I enjoy doing and will now look forward to, like,
Awesome.
to get excited about this. I get to turn on my iPad or my laptop or my desktop, and we're going to be tuning in live. Like, that fuels people up, especially when you spend most of your time at home, even under normal circumstances. Some people just don't go to gyms, right? But now the gym is going to be coming into their home, right? So
Yeah.
good stuff there. All right. I've got a couple of short topics I want to touch on. And then we could wrap up with whatever we want to wrap up with. Some of these topics are from my group coaching call, and some of them are from people sending questions in the Facebook groups. So in the Northern Hemisphere here, I guess we could say it's springtime, right? And summer's then coming. And a lot of people are in the mindset of, oh, I need to drop a little bit more weight. I need to tone up. Despite what's going on in our world and in our country, people still have their basic goals. They're like, summer's coming. We're going to get back to normal life again, right? It might be in 2 weeks. It might be in 5 or 6 weeks. It might be a little longer. Who knows? But we're human beings, and people want to be ready for the season. So one of the questions I've been getting asked is, how do I tone up quicker than I have been? Or how do I tone up if I'm just getting started and I want to tone up fast? Well, there's a lot of answers to that. So my answer is going out to people who are already doing something, which are most of the people we're dealing with, whether it's in person or virtually online. Number one, you want to pay attention to your carbohydrate intake and take an objective look at your entire day and eyeball the amount of carbohydrates, not just in terms of foods you're eating, but also beverages that you're drinking. Your average glass of juice, has, maybe 35, 40, 45 grams of carbohydrates if it's orange juice or apple juice or grapefruit juice or something along those lines, cranberry. Those are carbohydrates that you could trim down a lot, if not completely. You can add sparkling water to your orange juice and cut it in half. You can cut your cranberry juice in half, or you can cut them out altogether and just having something every day, have it 3 days a week instead of every day. That works too. Looking at various meals, a lot of people don't realize how many carbohydrates are in certain foods. And even if they're eating healthy, there's a difference between eating a large sweet potato and a small sweet potato. Yeah. Right? So, and when you're talking about a small sweet potato versus a large sweet potato, which is a very healthy food, you're talking about a big difference in the grams of carbohydrates, which is something we need to be more mindful of if we want to tone up for the spring and summer. Mm-hmm. So let's say we reduce the size of the sweet potato by 50% or 70%. We then also want to add in some more salad or a low carbohydrate food, such as a tomato or a cucumber or, cauliflower. You pick the veggie that's way lower in carbohydrates than the sweet potato. That's one obvious, definitive, almost bank on it tip if you're doing it right. The other one is to increase your movement. And it doesn't mean adding a lot more exercise. It means adding a little more here and there. And sometimes it could be just adding a 20 to 30 minute walk, or adding 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes before dinner or after dinner. But getting out and walking a little more daily or every other day will help you tone up. It's just, you don't need to run. You don't need to do HIIT sprints. Just walking on a consistent basis will help your body release skin layer body fat. Just how it goes. What else?
Well, I was going to say with the,
go ahead.
Yeah,
Oh, go
well,
ahead.
perfect. So with those 2 points, and I was just thinking this as well, which is basically the inverse. What you're saying is absolutely true, but on that reverse side, I played college soccer, and the amount of exercise we did was extreme, and the amount of food that we ate and carbohydrates that we ate were extreme,
Right.
which a lot of my teammates, after they finished the sport and graduated, about a year later, I'd see them and they'd put on all this weight.
Yeah.
And they never changed their eating habits when their activity went lower.
Right.
And that's really, really important. So just like, especially now in this time when there's a lot of people that potentially, they're a little bit more active in their day to day when they're at work, they're going here, they're doing this. And now that we're at home, if your activity level changes and it goes down, then potentially the energy that you're consuming needs to also be lower. So just like you're saying, we need to increase energy and increase your walking, your movement, and take a look at the energy that you're consuming in terms of the energy that you're outputting.
Right.
Yeah. So we're on the exact same page there.
Yeah. Awesome. So those are some simple toning tips. The other one is with everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people being home now. I say everybody figuratively, not so much literally, even though part of it is. There's a lot of good stuff happening. Like even just in my own neighborhoods, when I'm out doing my stuff, I'm seeing people I've never seen before working out on their driveways, in their garages, on their lawns, more families out bike riding, rollerblading, walking on the fields, using the fields near the house, the soccer fields, the softball fields. It's really awesome to see because what you realize is that even though all health clubs, fitness centers, and gyms are closed until further notice, some people are falling off their programs, but the people who do it as a lifestyle, who value it for all the small reasons and the really big reasons why, they're still on their programs. Even though they have to be home, they're finding ways to stay with their program. I mean, sales of exercise equipment are just going up. There's so many things that are sold out or delayed for 6 weeks for delivery. It's incredible. Speaking of that, we have our Atlas SCULPTAFIT band kits, which are going to be available any day now. I've been working on that for the last few days. We're almost done. We'll have a custom page where people can just go directly to the page. There's the entire kit. It's one button to order, and they can add extras into their order. And these are in stock. This is not Amazon stuff. These will be in stock, ready to go in the next few days. All in the efforts of helping people more closely do our methods, because we do use bands for training. We'll have some sessions that are leaning more on the bands for training in the future. And people will have the exact band kits that they need, that are basically the people who supply us our bands for our home gym systems, the sleeved nylon protective high quality bands. They've taken my customized order vision and turned it into a standalone package that people would just be able to order and receive.
That's awesome.
And so everything we do, all of our band training, these people will be able to follow along as if we're, doing it in the studio with them. They'll have what they need, and we can train them as if we know they've got the good bands, and we know that what they're capable of, they'll be able to do what we're showing them that we want them to do.
Can't wait.
So that's coming. Yeah. So home fitness is booming. I'm getting more inquiries for the home gym system. Lots of other people are tuning into our freebie videos, I'm noticing, and they're asking for more. People are sharing things. People are tagging people, spreading the word about what we're doing, because as you and I know, and the other coaches know, the majority of the population can't and shouldn't be doing hardcore, high impact, dangerous, risky types of workouts. And if you can do all that and you like it, that's fine. But we do other stuff. We go gentle, we go safe, low impact, focused intensity, and we remove momentum from everything so that our clients get a totally different training effect. As a matter of fact, I'm getting people posting in the private Facebook groups that are where members only are, who buy the programs or buy our video on demand access, who are switching from high impact stuff, hardcore stuff, to our method, our approach. And they're like, what is going on? Like, I'm feeling things that I've never felt before in my body. Like, how is this even possible? Like, how come nobody else is talking about this and teaching this style of training? So as that's happening more and more, other people are hearing about it and seeing it. And these people who are experiencing it are sharing it with their friends who they know are at home right now and looking for something. So there's this slow spreading of what we do in our realm here. And it's starting to get out there more because of the circumstances we're in right now. Just simply a lot more people are looking for either alternatives to what they were doing or something better than what they're doing, because that's what the time calls for right now. So mini training sessions was my point. That was a long way to my point here. I call them mini workouts or mini training sessions. When people are at home and the schedule's tight or it's weird or and the kids are home, like people who have kids, we're schooling them at home now, right? So we've got our work, we've got our kids schooling, we've got the spouse is home. If you have a spouse at home, everybody's at home. So our schedules are kind of shifty. It's not always easy to find a solid 40 minutes or 25 minutes or what have you for a full end-to-end session. So the next best thing, which is still awesome, is mini sessions. You either break up like a 40-minute session into 3 little sessions, a 10-minute, a 10-minute, a 20-minute. You do 10 in the morning, 10 at lunch, and then 20 minutes before dinner, or 20 in the morning and maybe 20 at lunch. You could break these up into mini sessions. Sometimes as even short as even like maybe 5 or 8 minutes, and you're done with the mini session. What most people don't know is that you can get benefits and results from these mini training sessions. Most people are under the impression, oh, I have to do a full workout or I won't get any benefits and results. No, that's old school mythology. When you're doing the right things, you can condense them and trim them down into mini sessions that by the end of the day, all combine for the benefits and the results you're looking for. There's a cumulative effect to what you're doing. So they don't have to all be done at once all together. You can break them up. And some days, maybe you only get a 10-minute session in some days, but 10 minutes done properly with the right approach is a world of difference compared to 0 minutes of not doing anything at all.
Yeah.
Totally different. So mini workouts, mini training sessions. A lot of our materials are adjustable. Like people can literally take our sessions and either just do the one time through for 12 minutes, or they can cut it in half and do 6 minutes and then do the other half later, or they can replicate the session and go 12 in the morning, 12 minutes in the afternoon. And if they want, another 12-minute circuit that evening.
It's like
a lot of different ways to slice and dice this stuff to make it fit.
Yeah, delayed endorphins too. Like you're just getting endorphins throughout the whole day. So
we
that
need
brain is
this.
happy.
Like we're supposed to be doing this in the first place. We're literally supposed to be active several times a day. We're not built to be set. Like this is the most sedentary I am right now, sitting down on this comfortable ottoman.
Likewise.
Right? So I feel like I'm being chained up right now. Like, you can see me fidgeting. Anybody who's watching me on video, Nick, do I fidget a bit?
You
right?
fidget a
How
bit.
many times do I change positions, right? I got to lock my arms in to like keep my leg and that's a subtlety that if you didn't pick up on it, I'm telling you now. Like
Rewinded my app.
That's it. So many training sessions. We're made to move. We have to move. If you get up and move and you do the right things, you will get cumulative benefits and results and changes, especially if you take the low carb tips that we were telling you about and implement some of our other eating plans, which are available with all of our exercise programs. Anything you sign up with us for, we've got the Fusion Flex nutrition plans that have all kinds of options, and even the philosophy. I lay out the philosophy for you so that you can start to shift your mindset on how to approach eating and nutrition and meals and foods so that you're not ever on a diet again, ever, but your mind is in a place where it's feeding your body properly and making the right decisions for you. And it's what we teach at the studio. It's what the coaches teach to the clients. No dieting, but just eating the way nature intended us for us to eat in the first place and not messing all that up. It's all here. It's not rocket science, but it is a re-education. It is a reprogramming. It is a clearing up of the mindset on what we should be doing, because most people have been confused and led astray and taken into all these diet plans and trendy faddish nutrition tricks and secrets and methods, which basically almost always backfire on people and leaves you at the starting point again, only having to start all over with more weight gain probably, which a lot of people experience. So I think that's it for today, Nick, right?
All right. Yeah.
Is that
And
it?
we could talk forever. So
yeah, we could, but I think we got this one under what? How many minutes do we have? Did we get it under 40?
I'm going to say yes as a feeling and not a,
Yeah, 40.
Qualitatively. Quantitatively, I don't know. But qualitatively,
so as I fidget here to hang up and go for a walk or move before I get back into work, if you're tuning in on audio, we appreciate your ears. If you're watching this on video, we're in the remote version, the stay-at-home version, where Nikki and I are separate on different screens. We're not sitting in the studio like we usually are. Our heart goes out to you. Just know that we're thinking about you as you're in your stay-at-home mode. And if this is after the fact, if the stay-at-home is over and life is back to normal, just always remember and appreciate when we can get back to normal, what it meant to have to be secluded and sequestered and quarantined and shut off from everybody, and be grateful for being able to connect with people and be able to do the things that we took for granted before all of this, and live a good life, like live it to the max, like do things that you weren't doing before, make commitments and dedications that are meaningful and live them out, because right now we can't. We have to change a lot of what we're doing. So when we can get released, like make it all count, make it all good, make it all positive. Spread the love, spread the light, do it right, and say your prayers every night.
I love that.
Right? All right. So this is episode number 32. We're tuning out. Nick, thank you for setting this all up. The tech stuff, Jim. I appreciate you. And we'll see everybody, or everybody will hear us and see us next time. Peace.
All right.